Hello and welcome. I'm going to tell you a story. Long time ago, I lived in a house with a big fireplace. And next to the fireplace was a suit of armor. We call him Sir ReadAlot. One night, I had the house all to myself. My husband had gone off to a meeting. My children were at their grandmother's. And I had my book, and I had my cup of tea, and I curled up in my recliner in the family room, and I was just enjoying that book so much. And I heard a noise coming from the living room. Sounded not too loud, like maybe a book had fallen off a shelf. And then I'll pick it up later. This book is really exciting. And I heard another noise. This one sounded more like someone breaking a stick. Not real loud. I'll look into it later. Went back to my book, and then the doorbell rang. Oh no. I have to get up. So I got up, turned on lights as I went past into the living room, and there in the archway, between the family room and the living room, was the suit of armor. He wasn't supposed to be in the archway. He was supposed to be in the living room. And I went up to him and I said, Sir ReadAlot, why are you here? I didn't ask him how he got there. I asked him why. I went to the door, opened the door, and two thieves suddenly pushed into the house. Is anybody else here? No, just me. Now, that's a mistake right there. You never admit that you're home alone. You always say some great big person is in the other room, just waiting to come out and defend you. One of the thieves ran down the hall towards the bedrooms to see if anybody was there. The other one pushed me towards the living room. And as I looked up, I saw the suit of armor. He was standing there. I thought, oh, that's why he moved. He knew that someone was coming. I hadn't known anybody was coming, but he did. I ran up and I tried to hide behind the suit of armor. And the thief was standing in front of the steward, and he was trying to get me out from behind. Now, while I was behind him, I could look into the suit of armor, and I could see there was nobody in there. Nobody had put on the suit of armor and walked across the floor. I could see the piece of wood that is holding him up. Just then, the sword fell down. Now, the sword is not sharp. It had never been sharpened, but it was heavy. And suddenly it came down and hit the thief on the head. Just then, the other one came down the hall, saw his friend on the floor. What's the matter? What's the matter? Are you all right? And he knelt down next to his friend, and suddenly the sword came down again and hit the second thief. And I climbed out from behind the suit of armor, picked up the sword, and I looked at him and I said, Sir ReadAlot, I'm sorry. I can't tell them that you did it. I'm going to have to take credit for it myself. I'm so sorry. And I went to call the police, and I told them that two thieves broke into my house, and I defended myself by grabbing the sword from the suit of armor and hit them with it. Well, they were very glad to get these two. They had been looking for them on 5 states. They were breaking into houses, and now they were going to jail. Police were very, very glad about it. Soon after that, my husband came home from work. He came home from his meeting, and I told him, would you help me move Sir ReadAlot back to the living room? Why'd you move him over here? I said, I didn't. He moved himself. I can't move him. He's too heavy. And then I told him what happened. Now, years later, when we moved out of that house, we moved into a house that was too small, and there wasn't any room for Sir ReadAlot. So we donated him to the library. He's in the children's department, and the children like him very much. Stop by and say hello to him. Thank you.